そして負けた者への罰ゲーム、償いの瞬間だぜ。マインドクラッシュ。うわ
Yo, what's up, guys? Heroes Only on YouTube and Mind Crush on Master Duel. And I just want to give a little deck profile. I've been working on this deck for about a week. I went to locals this past Saturday. It didn't perform as well as I wanted to, but I'm not going to fault my build for that. The first guy I played against, he opened Shifter both of the first two games. We literally can't play through Shifter unless we saw our call by or our cross out designator play or something like that, but we can't play through that card. So I lost that set, and then I was playing against this Orcus, you know, with some Tearlaments monsters in it. I set up my board, Dark Lawed him. His deck requires the graveyard a lot, and when he drew into Imperm. So he drew it out, turned off my Dark Law, proceeded to go full combo. Too much clapback, didn't win. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the deck profile. I'm not faulting this build. That's why, even though I'm saying I went 1-3, I'm not faulting the build for that. So let's go. Elemental Heroes. Let's see. 2 Stratos, 2 Shadow Mist, 1 Liquid Soldier, and 1 Neos. That's just my traditional. Well, not traditional. I normally would have 3 Stratos and 1 Shadow Mist, but I don't know. Shadow Mist is pretty important. So I'm running 2 of her. I mean, she's good for follow-up turns as well, so I'm trying that out. 2 Shadow Mist, 2 Stratos. Vision Heroes. Let's just get this started. 3 Faris. 3, 2 Vion, 2 Increase. I think this is pretty standard stuff right here as far as Vision Heroes go. Some people play 3 Vions, 1 Increase, whatever. This is how I'm rolling. Let's see. Now, Destiny Heroes, probably not ever going to change. The 1 Plasma, double Malicious, and Denier. Sometimes, depending on the format, Dark Angel comes in, Dark Angel leaves out. But yeah, Destiny Hero lineup. Now on to Power Spells, of course. Triple Hero Lives. Triple Fusion Destiny. And for me, I'm running also 3 Mass Change. I'm just trying to play around some of these hand traps. I guess specifically having 3 Mass Change can play around Droll and Effect Veiler. But man, a couple weeks before this, man, the Effect Veilers was coming down, bro, and I didn't like it. So this turns off Droll, this turns off Effect Veiler. So I'm running in at 3. So that's how I'm working with my engine spells and power spells. Double Poly, double E-Call, 1 Miracle, and of course Favorite Contact. And the E-Emergency, I've always liked the card, don't get me wrong. But if you see it going first, it saves you from having to go 2-1 on your links. You know what I'm saying? Our first turn combo, we use up to 3 link monsters on our first turn combo. So you're giving up 2 bodies for that 1 body 3 times. This card cuts some of that out. I don't have to make Infernal Divisor. I could just get depending on the hand, I could just get the Neos with this. If I have the Neos, I could just get the Liquid Soldier with this if I want to put draw into it. So that's the theory behind the E-Emergency. It really cuts down on us having to use so many of our extenders in our bodies first turn. Now, this is where, to me, it gets interesting. This is the non-engine stuff. So I'm playing 1 Ash, one Nibiru, one Droll, and one Imperm. You might be like, bro, like, what are you doing? Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird. But, bro, I'm just sick of hand traps. And I call this, of course, if I see these cards and I didn't win the dice roll, great. But that's not what they're about. 2 cross-out designators. So, I win the dice roll and I'm going first. I got 2 cross-out designators to help protect against cards I'm weak to, like Droll and Nibiru. Ash is just Ash. I just kind of want to have it there. And of course, Imperm as well is a target. But you know, those are common cards seen going first. And depending on the hand I want to have some clapback to cards, mainly Droll and Nibiru. But I just want to have clapback to cards that I'm weak to. So I call this my going first protection. And last but not least, Called by the Grave and Book of Eclipse. So we all know what Called by is, but Cross-out Designator is kind of linked between all these cards. But anyway, going first protection is what I call this package. So if I didn't win a dice roll, like I said, if I see these cards, good. But it's about protecting my turn going first. This is extra protection against nib because they try to nib you on the DPE pop to wake up. They wait for you to activate it and then try to nib you. If you got this, turn all your cards face down because nib has to tribute face up monsters. DPE still will resolve and you'll still get your Shadow Mist Mash Change part of the combo. So they can't stop you there. And of course, like I said, we all know Called by. Yeah, that's the philosophy of this package. Just going first protection. And that's a perfect 40 cards. We're going to speed this up. Extra deck is not crazy. Shiny Neos Wingman, Wake Up, Sunrise, Infernal Rage, and Absolute Zero. Elemental Hero fusions. Double Dark Law, 1 Blast. Blast hasn't been coming up lately, but the moment you take Blast out, that's when your Stratos is gonna get targeted by an Imperm. 1 DPE. I normally like to run 2, but right now just 1. Lynx, all the same. He can come out every now and again, but I don't think he's bad. I literally had one dude struggle to get over this card, but I couldn't draw any turn extenders, so he won after 2 turns. He finally drew into the out, and I ended up losing. But yeah, Lynx, and then I just got 1 Bagushka just in case. I open Hero Lives, add a card, and then you draw me right after I add that card. I can at least summon another level 4, make Bagushka, and try to stop you from playing. It doesn't always work that way, but yeah, it's an attempt to, you know, hey, if you stop me, I'll stop you. And side deck. All right, so we're gonna talk about Shifter. So I play a D Shifter. I just gotta respect this card because one thing about me as a hero player, I can't stand losing to 1 card. If you don't protect yourself from Droll, it can shut off your turn and you might lose the duel because they go off into a 1-card combo and they stopped you. You're done. I can't stand losing to 1 card. So I play 1 Shifter specifically as a cross-out designator target. And it actually would have came up had I brought it in Saturday. But I didn't bring it in this past Saturday. And like I told you, the dude opened Shifter on me the first 2 games. And I was like, man, I was at the drawing board. And I really was seconds away from adding Shifter. And I didn't. And now it's costing me a game. In the second game, I had a cross-out designator, by the way. So had I been siding Shifter, I would have been able to play that game because I'd have just hit it with the cross-out. Anyway, gotta have the Shifter just for a target. It's for cross-out designator. You know, Called by is at 1. We need extra protection as, you know, a hero deck. 2 talents. Feel like that can change, but it's a good card. You know what I'm saying? I'm running 3 Cosmic Cyclone. 3 of them. It's a good card. Bounce that anti-spell, fragrance, or summon limit. Bounce it back to your hand in case you go full combo, set up your board, and then try to shut me out the game. Gotta respect stuff like that. And then board breakers. I'm done with hand traps this format. I'm just trying to break boards, bruh. I got my hand traps, but they really are just cross out designated targets. I'm embracing board breakers. 3 droplet. 3 evenly. And 3 Dark Ruler no more. The funny thing about this card is, it's like a lot of people have forgotten about this guy. They've forgotten about this card. Your opponent can't activate any monster effects in response to this card. Only thing that can stop this is a back row negate, which some decks do have. Not all. Most decks are relying on their monster omni negates or spell and trap negates to stop these kind of cards. So I say, you know what? Board breakers. So yeah, I've thought about, like, man, you know, like that Fire King going second versus Fire King. They don't really play any like spell or trap negates. So if you saw Evenly and Dark Ruler no more in at least some of your hero stuff, you could do them so dirty, bro. You can hit the Dark Ruler on them, turn off their boards, because they can't activate none of their monster effects, then enter battle, in battle, evenly match them. Bro, they gotta banish. So they're not going to get the graveyard effects, because evenly matched is a harsh card. It doesn't send your stuff to the graveyard. You have to banish. Now, main phase 2, my goal is, can't kill you that turn, but my goal is to sit up there and set up my board, definitely Dark Law, and now when you get the turn back, it's going to be much harder for you to build your board again. Because now Dark Law's on the field. I got Pops and DPE and Favorite Contact. You know, I got Pops. So yeah, I'm playing board breakers, and that pretty much will do it. In a separate video, I'm going to do a test draw just for time's sake. I don't want to spend too much time. I already talked enough anyway. But anyway, let me know what you think about the deck profile. And yeah, I think it's solid. You know, I'm just waiting to test it out more. I'm going to probably go to the card shop this weekend and play. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.